Bilbo Baggins ate a bag of beans. Bilbo Baggins ate billions of bags of bountiful beans. Okay, I'm ready to go. So, happy whatever day it is. Happy, if it's Thursday, happy Thursday. If it's a different day, if you're not listening in on a Thursday, that's a you issue. You need to be here on time. I need you ready and I need you prepared. Absolutely bountiful bags of beans owned by Bilbo Baggins. You don't usually need to warm up on the B sound. It's usually pretty easy to make a B sound, isn't it? It's more like vowels that you need help with. It's interesting. If it's so difficult to talk, why don't we change the language, you know? There's too many words that are just fucking impossible. Edited? Don't let it be a word anymore. Make up a new word and replace it with that. Here's what I'm proposing with the dictionary. It's going to be a one in, one out situation from here on out. I also heard recently that they're going to try to add a new day to the week. It's going to be called Blurns Day. It comes between Thursday and Friday. So there are now 8 days in a week. And what you have to do on Blurns days, you just go to work again, I guess. They're just trying to get us another work day. And then they're saying, but hold on, we'll add another one. We'll add a 9th. We'll add Splurns Day. It's between Sunday and Monday. And you get that day off. See, so it's interesting. Do you take this? Do you take this whole setup? You get one more work day every week, but a 3-day weekend. Is this catching on with anybody? Is this anything? So this weekend, I got a side gig. I'm a mind-sniffing dog on the weekends. Dogs aren't interested in doing these jobs anymore, so they're just hiring people. So I just crawl around on all fours, and I'm sniffing like a dog, and I'm barking a lot, and they keep saying, you don't have to bark, you just have to find landmines and get blown up by them, because nobody cares what happens to you. And it hurts to hear that, but it's worth it because they give you really good dog food. The thing is, now I love being a dog so much that I hope I don't actually ever find an active landmine, because then my dog life is over, and I cherish it. I cherish being a dog. Also, my regular human life would be over as well. Yeah, and I'm just doing this pro bono, volunteer. So obviously I'm into this for some fucked up reason. It sucks that I don't make enough money to go to all the therapy I should be going to. There's a hell noise now. There's a noise from hell. Oh, that's just the noises. Yeah, that's just one of the noises. Yeah, you shouldn't be that curious about noises you hear, especially if you're in the forest, especially if I'm there, and especially if I'm trying to sneak up on you, and so it's just generally good advice to not investigate sounds. This is like a PSA. It's so what if you find out what the sound is? How many times have you had to take action based on figuring out what was making the sound? It's probably never happened. There's pretty much no point in even having ears. They're superfluous. Get rid of them. Now the peepers, 2 old reliables. They'll tell you everything they'll tell you everything you need to know. They'll scan the battlefield for you. But if you hear, for example, somebody munching on sun chips as they walk on peat and grass and dirt, and they come up to you and they try to reach in your wallet to see if you have any Best Buy gift cards. If anything like that happens to you, don't worry about it. Because you're not gonna ever be in the woods ever anyway, right? So it's not a problem. So, what do you have to talk about? What do you bring to the table? I'm bringing just a plate with 6 crinkle cut frozen French fries that are half cooked. Okay, so it's not good, but it's better than nothing. You didn't even bring a plate. You're supposed to bring a plate when you listen to these, because they're food for thought. It looks like that new Mario game is making the rounds and doing quite well in the critics circuit. Welcome to Video Game Talk. My name is James Sex Offender Williams. Here's the news. Games. We love them. There's a bunch of them coming out. One of them's about a gun. There's another one about guns. There's another one about swords. There's another one about one sword. There's another one where you're driving a car. There's another one where you do brain surgery. Oh, and by the way, in all of these, you have a grappling hook. Here's what I would like to do. I would like to play a game that simulates life in tidal pools. So you can, it would be a little bit like Ecosystem, but just tidal pools. So it's mostly like various types of algae, so you can watch them evolve and interact with each other. And it would be photorealistic. Well, you can just say that about any game idea to make it seem better. Yeah, by the way, it looks fucking cool. I just had the idea that it should look really great. But I think it's a good concept. I don't know exactly how you'd execute it. But I just want to like fuck around with like starfish. I want to fuck one up. I was quite a fan of seahorses. And I always urged my dad to get a saltwater tank, but he only has freshwater. But saltwater, man, it's where it's at. It's where the happy boys go. The happy yellow boys and the little orange Nemos. It's much more interesting. With freshwater, you just have like something that they just look like coins, many of them. This one is shaped like a coin, but it's a guy, and he's just in my house. Yeah, I'm roommates with a fish. We split the water bill, because you know what? He's got quite a bit of it. Well, if you know me, then you don't know who you have no idea who I am. I'm just some guy who's like I'm just some guy. You know what I mean? Do you know what it's like to be some guy? I try to embody the just some guy ethos. I'm trying to give just some guy vibes. Because this is just some universe, so that's the vibe I'm giving back. I'm just some guy, I'm just hanging out. What am I supposed to be doing exactly? I'm existing in various environments. Isn't that enough? Isn't it enough to be somewhere? Isn't it enough to be in a situation? It's very confusing. All you have to really do is exist. But you have to do it right. There is a wrong way to just exist. Just existing doesn't mean you don't do anything. It means that doing something just feels like existing. It's just effortless. And do you know what that's called? It's called the Live Moss mindset. This segment brought to you by Taco Bell. Taco Bell. Tacos right now? Okay, Taco Bell. Wow, these suck. These are bad. But, everybody just skips the advertisements now, so why would you put any effort into it? Because everybody skips them. And if they can't skip them, if they're like me, they'll just like go over to another tab, or just like, I'll literally just look out the window so I don't have to see it, and I'll mute the TV. Is that insane? I don't know. Yeah, there aren't there's no memorable ads. Is that good or bad? It seemed like it was good in the sense that it was like a cultural thing, everybody came together because some old lady said, "Where's the beef?" Now you can say that, and you're like, hey, I saw that shit too, just like every single goddamn person on the face of the earth. There's nothing like that anymore. But I don't know if I don't think I'm complaining about. I don't know what. It's just an observation. I mean, most ads obviously suck. Of course, the exceptions being, of course, the ones that have been bought and paid for on this very program. These are exceptionally different. And I think you'll find no one who will disagree. I think you'll find absolutely no one. I enjoyed a bit of Bananas Foster over Shaved Ice earlier tonight, and the Bananas Foster actually very good, even though it's 90% water and 100% water after about 8 minutes at room temperature. So what am I complaining, or what am I doing? Am I complaining? Am I saying, oh, it was a good time? I'm just telling you the events as they unfolded with no spin. This is the unvarnished truth. This is all I know how to give you. I'm too stupid to make things up. I can't think that fast. So everything I say is completely true. And we've been over Dog's Honor. We've been over what Dog's Honor entails. I have received it. I was thinking that if I got a dog, I would name it Amadeus. But I would only call it that because its full legal name would be Walk Me Amadeus. Does this mean, is this anything? Does this mean anything? Does this connecting with you? This is, so far you've had the crinkle cut French fries. That was a leg of fried chicken added on top of the plate. And once again, what is it you've brought to this potluck? I like to call it the potluck of ideas. And I invite you to come before the stand and address me and tell me something that is true. Just be honest with me. Tell me why you're like this. Tell me why you're the way you are. Tell me about your problems. I'll tell you about my primary problem, which is that I've been hiccuping a lot recently. Got a case of the old cups, and it's funny. It's kind of funny to think of somebody essentially like watching their life slip away to like incurable chronic hiccups. I'm sure something like this has happened, and it's not funny. Somebody with that kind of disability, like if you went up to them and you tried to scare them to get them to stop, not knowing about their condition, they might take offense to that. So that's why you shouldn't do it. Unless you just want to scare them. Like, oh, I didn't even notice you were hiccuping. I was just trying to upset you. You know, then that's okay. It's okay to scare people and make them upset. It's fine. Tis the season. You know what I mean? Yeah, and once again, if you're not listening to this in October, I don't know what to tell you. Once again, that sounds like a situation you got yourself into. You're in a different month. You could be in a different decade. You won't be able to relate to anything I'm saying. You'll probably be speaking in like Roblox language, like, and I know you, in that case, you won't understand this, but I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I couldn't make this intelligible to every organism that may or may not live. I don't know how you found this. I don't know if you bought it from some guy on like a Star Wars planet who was like, ooga dooga booga. That's how you came across this. Like, I don't need to know. I hope that, but if you're listening to this and the year is 2335, you're fighting monsters in some kind of ice cave on a distant moon. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I don't understand. I don't care. I don't care. It's 300 years from now. And so I guess my universal message would be to you, I am you and you are me. We'll meet someday. walking hand in hand into the transcendental object at the end of time. And to anyone who is listening and contributing nothing, I should hope the transcendental object at the end of time is not a potluck, because you will not be prepared. I have my shitty fries to bring. I'm gonna be fine. And a lot of chicken. It's shake and bake. It's just shake and bake. The chicken I was talking about, it's shake and bake. And I helped. An iconic commercial, now lost to the sands of time. You're never gonna have another shake and bake and I helped. You're never gonna have it. I was on Tumblr.com today, and can you guess who was advertising on the sidebar? That's right, Tumblr.com. You go to Tumblr, all of the ads are for Tumblr, the website that you're on. Tumblr is where everybody goes to ask for money, so how could you possibly have that in your sites as an advertiser? This place is filled with like theater kids and like communists. What do you think you're gonna wring out of them? I just ran over my fucking toe with a wheel. The wheel on my chair that I'm currently sitting in, just to give you an insight into like the behind the scenes of my life. Like a lot of people are very interested. Just the thought of having my toe run over. I just found it to be such a captivating anecdote to share. I have been almost run over by actual vehicles on multiple occasions living in a city, trying to go through crosswalks. Which crosswalks, they're really, I guess they're just like an interpretation. Like you can see a crosswalk, but you can think, is the crosswalk really, does it just exist as an idea, or is it a concrete construct that I must obey? And a lot of people, I'm assuming they go through this like philosophical journey before deciding that they're just gonna run me over. Because this has happened twice. And I just hope they like applied the Socratic method. They were like starting from not knowing anything and saying, hey, should I run this guy over? Yeah, definitely. I can't get inside their heads, so I can't really speculate, even though that's what I'm doing. I guess that like if I turn sideways, I do just kind of become like a two-dimensional line, which is very hard to discern. So maybe that's the issue. Like I can actually like if I turn sideways, I can actually walk between subatomic particles. I can basically cleave matter in half, no problem. So I'll just walk. I don't use this power. Like I'm not gonna like walk into your house unless I want to see what's in it. Another excellent video game idea that I have is just fully open world, make it an urban environment. Many buildings, hand model all of the interiors by hand, and that's the entire game. And you walk around, you check out what's inside. Can open the doors to all the rooms, see everything. Because I go for walks a lot, and I like to look inside if I can, not like in a weird way. But I want to get a general sense of like what's the interior like. I'm interested. I want to see your shit. I want to see all the shit you have. I want to see your stuff. If anybody wants to have an open house, by which I mean open your house to me, just let me have a look around. I will definitely be digging through things. You have an attic. I'm gonna be taking a lot of pictures because I'm just interested. Don't worry about the noises you hear in the attic. Don't worry about any noises. I think I've made this clear. I would do a recap of Time Check. However, if you don't know anything about this, we're gonna inform you as to the current time, the time that I'm recording this, not the time that you're listening. That's not possible. They haven't invented the technology. But I think that's more than enough ado, and I'm gonna go ahead and just let him loose in the bars of his cage this whole time. He's raring to get out and draw blood. That's right, It's Slurp Von Lipstick. Here he is. Give him a hand. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's fine that I'm missing my own wedding for this. It's important to say what time it is. That's right, you guys remember that Vietnamese foot massage lady that I met last week? It's on my blog. I didn't talk about it on here. Go to slurpvonlipstick.com. Every single day I post a picture of my toenails. I'm still on the Danny DeVito thing. And I'm just as likable as him. Even though I'm on the no-fly list. Can't hold it against me. Unless you're the FAA. That's a beef with me and airplanes. It has nothing to do with anybody else. Basically, I screamed at an airplane, talked to the pilot, and I told him that I think airplanes suck and I think his job is stupid and we should never have invented airplanes. And they said, okay, well, we'll call your fucking bluff. You're never going on one. Enjoy the rest of your life as a land-based mammal.